Every single one of us has had that moment where we think, if only I knew exactly how to drive him so wild that he couldn't control himself, right? Now imagine this, you're not even all the way in the moment yet, but his entire body, his entire mind is already giving up to you. He's already trembling. He's already unraveling. He's already surrendering to you before you've even come down. Sounds powerful, doesn't it? Almost unfair. Almost like you're holding a secret that other women wish they had. But here's the truth. It's not about doing 100 different things right. It's not about complicated tricks. It's about one single position, just one, that when done correctly makes him feel like he's releasing over and over again. 3 times, maybe more, before you even give him the full experience. And no, this isn't some raunchy move that requires a handbook or flexibility training. It's simple. It's elegant. And it's all about you being in control. See, men love to believe they're the ones who dominate desire. But the reality, you hold more power than you realize. You have the ability to make him melt, to make him surrender, to make him crave you in ways he didn't even know were possible. And tonight, I want to hand you that secret. Because once you understand how this position works, once you understand why it drives him insane, you'll never see intimacy the same way again. But here's the thing, it's not just the physical position, it's what it represents. Confidence, control, the T's, the power of anticipation, the art of giving him just enough, but not everything until he's begging for it. That's why this works so well. Because it's not just about his body, it's about his mind. And ladies, when you can get inside his mind, you've already won. So stay with me, because in the next few minutes, I'm going to break this down for you and reveal the 5 keys to using this one position in a way that will make him never forget you. Ladies, let's start with something that most women overlook, but men cannot resist: anticipation. Think about it, every great movie, every addictive book, every unforgettable kiss, it's never about rushing straight to the climax. It's about the build up. It's about that delicious tension that makes your heart pound, your body ache with curiosity, and your mind scream, I need this right now. And men, they're no different. In fact, they're wired for it. They may act tough, cool, in control, but when you give them just a taste and then pull back, you become unforgettable. Now, here's the secret. Before you even move into this one position, I'm going to reveal the magic already starts in how you set it up. The way you claim your space, the way you take your time, the way you let him watch you rather than have you. Picture this. You're with him, the energy is high, the chemistry is electric, and instead of just giving him what he expects, you pause, you slow down, you let your movements be deliberate, intentional. You shift your body in a way that says, I know what you want. But you're going to have to wait for it. What happens in that moment? His entire nervous system lights up. His brain releases dopamine like crazy. He's already releasing once mentally because the anticipation is too much. This is where so many women get it wrong. They think, I have to go faster, I have to do more, I have to give everything right now. But the truth, doing less is doing more, because anticipation turns you from just another experience into the experience. Here's a little psychology behind it. When a man is made to wait, when he's teased and denied just long enough, his desire doesn't fade. It multiplies. It's like shaking a soda can. The longer you hold back, the more explosive the release will be. And anticipation isn't just about your body, it's about your energy. It's the way you look at him and then glance away. The way you hover just close enough that he can feel your warmth, but not close enough to get all of you. The way you smile, playful, mischievous, like you're in complete control. That's what makes him release in stages. First, his mind releases control. Second, his body begins to give in. And third, his emotions. They attach themselves to you because you've created an experience that feels rare, unique, unforgettable. And let me tell you, ladies, when a man feels that combination, he doesn't just crave the act, he craves you. He craves the way only you can do this. So let me ask you this, how often do you let him wait for you? How often do you let him ache for you, watching, trembling, surrendering before you've even given him what he wants? Because here's the kicker, if you can master anticipation, by the time you finally take the position, he'll have already released 3 times in his head. He'll be melting, undone, begging for you long before you even give him the final. That's the power you hold, not in giving everything away at once, but in giving him just enough to keep him desperate for more. So remember that this anticipation isn't a delay, it's a weapon. Use it and you'll discover just how much control you really have over his mind, his body, and his desire. Now, ladies, it's time to reveal the position that can change the entire game. I call it the throne position. Why the throne? Because when you're in it, you're not just participating, you're ruling, you're commanding, you're showing him that desire doesn't just belong to him, it belongs to you. So here it is, the throne position is when you're on top, but not in the way he expects. Instead of just coming down fast and giving him everything, you hover. You hold yourself just above him, close enough that he feels your warmth, your weight, your presence, but not close enough for complete satisfaction. It's that hovering, that control, that tease that makes him unravel. Think about it this way: when you're above him, he's not just watching you, he's worshipping you, he's at your mercy. And by not rushing, by pausing, by letting him ache for it, you're already making him release in ways he cannot stop. Now, here's the fun part. This isn't just about your body, it's about the message you're sending. In this position, you're telling him, I decide when you get more. I decide when this moment happens, and you're going to love every second of the wait. Most men are used to being the ones who set the pace. They push, they lead, they try to dominate. But when you take the throne, everything shifts. Suddenly, he's the one beneath you. He's the one surrendering. He's the one craving you. And let me tell you, that shift hits his brain like lightning. It short circuits his sense of control. It makes him feel both vulnerable and desperate at the same time. And that combination, it's intoxicating for him. Picture this: you're sitting above him, not fully down, your hands resting on his chest, your eyes locked on his. He feels you so close, but not close enough. He's pulsing with need. You hold the power. Every second you stay there, hovering, teasing, controlling the moment, he's releasing tension again and again, mentally, emotionally, even physically. And here's the beauty: you don't have to do anything extra. The position itself is the statement, because it's not about wild motion or intensity. It's about command. Now, let me give you a little tip. When you're in the throne, don't just hover in silence. Use your eyes, use your smile, tilt your head, bite your lip. Give him that look that says, you're mine and I know it. Do you see what's happening here? This is not just physical. This is psychological warfare in the sexiest way possible. You're activating every part of him, his body, because he's itching for more, his mind, because he can't stop imagining what's about to happen, his emotions, because he feels vulnerable, overwhelmed, and connected to you in a way that breaks his usual guard. That's why this works, because the throne position isn't about performing, it's about commanding presence. It's about flipping the script so he realizes you're not just his partner, you're his queen. And here's the thing, ladies, once you've made him feel this, he will never forget it. He will replay it in his head long after it's over. He'll crave it. He'll crave you, because in that moment, you've given him something no one else has: the experience of losing control to a woman who knows exactly what she's doing. And trust me, by the time you finally come down, he's already released 3 times over. His mind, his body, his heart, they're all yours. That's the throne. That's your power. And once you own it, you'll never look at intimacy the same way again. Here's something you might not realize in the throne position: your eyes are your most powerful weapon. Yes, your body is driving him insane. Yes, your control is making him weak. But the moment you lock eyes with him, that's when the game changes completely. See, eye contact isn't just looking at him. It's a transfer of energy. It's a silent message. And when you're above him, hovering in the throne, your gaze tells him everything. I see you. I own this. And you're not going anywhere. Men are visual creatures. We all know that. But it's not just about what they see. It's about how they feel when they realize you're watching them back. Most men are so used to being the ones looking that when a woman flips that script, when you become the one studying him, teasing him, commanding him, it's overwhelming. Think about this for a moment. When you lock eyes with him while holding that position, you're creating a loop of energy. Your confidence fuels his desire. His desire fuels your power. And suddenly, you're both trapped in this electric cycle where every second feels like forever. And here's the secret. Men can't hide in eye contact. They can fake words, they can fake composure, but when you're staring into his eyes, he's stripped bare. He feels exposed, vulnerable, and completely yours. That's why it's so powerful. Now, imagine this: you're above him, your body just inches away, not giving in completely yet. He's aching. He's desperate. And you lean forward, catch his gaze, and hold it. Not a glance, not a flicker. A deep, steady hold that tells him you know exactly how much control you have. In that moment, his body is already releasing again. Because the connection is too much, his chest tightens, his breath quickens, his brain fires off signals he can't control. You're not just touching his body anymore, you're touching his soul. And ladies, let's not forget the fun part. You can play with this. Your eyes can be soft and loving one moment, then playful and mischievous the next. You can raise a brow, smirk, bite your lip, all while holding eye contact, and each little shift sends another wave through him. This is what I mean by energy transfer. It's not just about physical friction. It's about the unspoken electricity you're sending through your gaze, your smile, your energy. It makes him feel like he's losing control over and over, mentally first, then physically. Here's another little secret. When you look down at him like this, you're not just building desire, you're building memory. That moment, that image burns into his brain. Long after it's over, he'll replay it in his mind. He'll remember the way you looked at him, the way you held him without even touching fully, the way you made him feel powerless and desperate in the most intoxicating way. And you know what that means. He doesn't just want the act, he wants you. He becomes addicted to the experience only you can give him. So don't underestimate the eyes. Don't underestimate your energy. In fact, let me ask you this. How often do you use your eye contact as a tool of seduction? How often do you let him feel that intensity, that power, that deep connection that makes him fall apart under your gaze? Because when you combine the throne position with this kind of eye contact, ladies, he won't just release once. He won't just release twice. He'll feel wave after wave of surrender before you even give him what he's waiting for. That's your real power. Not just the position, but the way you look at him while you own it. Let me share one of the biggest mistakes I see women make when they finally step into the throne. They think it's all about speed. They think the faster they move, the more intense the reaction will be. But here's the truth, it's not speed that drives him wild. It's rhythm. It's the tease. It's the pause. It's the way you create waves instead of a storm. Think about your favorite song. Is it powerful because it plays at lightning speed from start to finish? No. It's powerful because of the tempo, the rise, the drop, the pause before the beat comes back in. That's what makes you feel it in your chest. That's what makes you want to play it over and over again. Intimacy works the same way. When you're in the throne, you don't need to throw everything at him all at once. In fact, doing so can actually end the moment too soon. The real magic is in your ability to control the pace. Here's how it works. Instead of rushing, start with a slow, deliberate rhythm. Let him feel every single second of your movement. Let him notice the curve of your hips, the sway of your body, the way you're not just giving, but guiding. Then pause. Stop completely for just a moment. Hover, look at him, smile, let him feel that ache, that impatience, that desperate pull for you to continue. In that pause, he's already releasing another wave of tension because his body can't handle the weight. Then when you move again, slow, steady, deliberate, it feels 10 times more powerful than if you had just rushed through, because you've turned it into a dance, a rhythm, a melody he can't escape. This is why rhythm beats force every single time. Force is predictable, it's fast, it's intense, but it burns out quickly. Rhythm keeps him hooked because he never knows when you'll slow down, speed up, or stop completely. It keeps him guessing, it keeps him craving. And here's the best part, when you master rhythm, you take control of his release. He can't decide when it happens anymore. You're the DJ of this entire moment. You're the one turning the volume up and down, deciding when the drop comes, and he has no choice but to surrender. Now let's add another layer here. Rhythm isn't just about your body, it's also about your energy, your breathing, your expressions. The way you sigh, the way you gasp, the way you let him hear your control. When you align your breath with your rhythm, it magnifies everything. Imagine this, you slow down almost to a stop. He's staring at you, begging for more, and then you let out a soft, teasing exhale, like you're in complete control of the entire world. Do you know what that does to him? It's over. His body is already gone. He's already released, not because of force, but because of your rhythm, your control, and your confidence. Ladies, here's the takeaway: speed is ordinary. Rhythm is unforgettable. Any woman can rush, but the woman who teases, pauses, and controls the pace, she becomes legendary. So the next time you're in the throne, remember this: don't be the storm. Be the ocean, waves that rise, fall, pause, and return stronger each time. Because when you master rhythm over force, he won't just release once. He'll release in layers, mentally, emotionally, and physically, again and again, long before you even finish. That's the art. That's the secret. And that's why rhythm is your ultimate power move. Ladies, let's get real. By now, you've already learned that the throne position isn't just about your body, it's about your power. But here's the ultimate secret. His body isn't what you're truly playing with, it's his mind. Because here's the truth, the male body reacts quickly, but the male mind, that's where you can create obsession. That's where you leave a mark he'll never forget. And if you know how to use it, his imagination will keep him releasing long after the moment is over. Think about it, his mind is a playground filled with buttons, switches, and triggers. When you sit in the throne, you're not just giving him pleasure, you're programming him. You're planting memories, sensations, and emotions that replay in his head over and over again. So how do you do this? It's not just about what you do, it's about what you suggest. Whisper something in his ear, something playful, something teasing like, "You think you can handle me," or "You're not ready for what's next." Those words don't just live in that moment. They lodge themselves in his brain. Later, when he's alone, when he's thinking back on you, those phrases echo. That look you gave him, that pause you held, that laugh when he couldn't handle the tension, it all comes rushing back. And suddenly, you're not just a memory, you're a fantasy that keeps replaying. Here's the fun part, his mind will do half the work for you. When you pull back just before giving him everything, his brain fills in the gaps. He imagines what's coming, he imagines it over and over, and in doing so, he keeps releasing waves of anticipation, desire, and surrender long after the moment has ended. This is why confidence is key, because when you play with his mind, you're not just giving him what he wants, you're giving him what he can't control. And men secretly love that. They love being pushed past their limits, teased until they break, made to feel like they're addicted to you. Now, let's add another layer, your unpredictability. If he never knows what you'll do next, if you sometimes hover, sometimes move, sometimes whisper, sometimes stay completely silent, you create mystery. And mystery is irresistible. His mind becomes obsessed with figuring you out, but he can't. And that's what makes him crave you even more. Think of it like this. The body is temporary, but the mind, that's forever. If you can make him replay your moves, your words, your look in his head for days after, you've just multiplied your power tenfold. So ask yourself this, are you just giving him a physical moment, or are you creating a mental obsession? Because when you use his mind as your playground, he won't just release once or twice, he'll keep releasing every time he remembers you. Every time he replays that look, that rhythm, that whisper, that pause. And here's the ultimate truth. Once a man connects you to that kind of mental release, he can't let you go. You're not just another partner, you're the woman who made his mind your toy, his desire your masterpiece. So don't just own his body, own his imagination, because that's where your real power lies. So ladies, let's pause for a moment. Think back through everything we just uncovered. That one position isn't just about bending the body, it's about bending his mind. It's about taking control in a way that feels natural, effortless, and completely intoxicating for him. When you master this, you're not just giving pleasure, you're creating an experience. One that lingers in his memory long after the moment is over. One that makes him look at you differently, crave you more deeply, and feel like he could never get enough. And remember, it's not about perfection. It's not about looking a certain way or following a script. It's about owning your power, teasing with intention, and letting your confidence do the work. Because when you combine anticipation, surrender, eye contact, and that perfect rhythm, you become unforgettable. You become the fantasy he didn't even know he had. Now, I want to hear from you. Which of these 5 keys spoke to you the most? Was it the teasing control, the hypnotic eye contact, the rhythm that keeps him begging for more, or maybe the surrender that flips the dynamic in your favor? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'll be reading every single one. And if you love this, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and share it with someone who deserves to know the real secret to irresistible intimacy. Because this isn't just about sex, it's about connection, power, and unforgettable passion.